La interpretación de Brooke Shields como prostituta de 12 años enojó a muchos. Su madre fue muy criticada, pero en su libro On Your Own, Brooke dice que Terry tenía problemas peores.
I had her bag packed and I had a ticket and I said, you know, I love you, Mom, but I'm going to live with my father if you don't stop drinking.
Growing up with a mom with an alcohol problem, you know, it's very tough for the children. They grow up in a kind of altered reality where the parents' reactions to normal situations are going to be exaggerated. They may be very unpredictable.
You don't know if her mom remembered what happened or what was said the night before. And, you know, that was a big hurdle, but it made her stronger.
What am I doing wrong?
It's probably one of the toughest things I ever did, knowingly taking the role and taking the initiative and saying, look, if you don't get your life together, you're going to ruin your own life as well as mine, and I can't handle it.
Según Brooke, el ultimátum funcionó. Terry se rehabilitaba mientras su hija se quedaba con su tía. Terry regresó a casa 6 semanas después, dispuesta a permanecer sobria. Brooke decidió cambiar su imagen de símbolo sexual.
After the racy Pretty Baby, Brooke went on to do just kiddie roles. She was in Tilt, which was a pinball movie, bad reviews, no box office. Wanda Nevada with Peter Fonda, never even came out. And Just You and Me Kid with George Burns, considered one of the worst movies of that whole year.
Brooke se dedicó a modelar. A principios del 79, Shields, de 14 años, logró protagonizar en La Laguna Azul, una historia de amor, junto a Christopher Atkins, de 18 años. La filmación comenzó en mayo en Fiji.
Kiss me.
You're all sticky.
So what? Kiss me.
Stop, I can't breathe.
Today, I don't think you could do these scenes because there's new laws that say you can't simulate sex with minors. It sounds like we were doing something horrible, but at the time it seemed very normal.
As far as the love scenes go, it was just like another job. And I wasn't at all uncomfortable because once I said cut, I would just go back to me again. You just have to approach it as a different acting job.
She felt a little awkward because she hadn't gone through some of the things that she was portraying, such as her menstrual cycle had not started when we shot the scene where she was, you know, playing that. But she knew how to play it because she knew how to play an embarrassment about something going on with her body.
En el 79, Brooke al fin podía ser una adolescente normal. Se inscribió en la secundaria Dwight Eaglewood de Nueva Jersey. Shields era perfeccionista, incluso como estudiante.
Brooke was a very diligent student, taking notes in different colored pens. Monday was a red pen, Tuesday was a blue pen. So that would be, you know, the start of a lot of jokes.
Pero su carrera de actriz no resultó risible. La Laguna Azul se estrenó en junio del 80. Los adolescentes enloquecieron con Brooke y Chris Atkins vistiendo taparrabos. La crítica destruyó al film, pero este recaudó más de $100 millones.
Richard is the smartest person on this island.
Brooke, de 15 años, aceptó otro papel provocativo en Endless Love, pero esta vez insistió en que hubiera una doble.
I don't feel comfortable with nude scenes, so I won't do them.
Brooke probó ser más provocativa con la ropa puesta. En agosto del 80 posó en un par de jeans ajustados de Calvin Klein e hizo historia.
You want to know what comes between me and my Calvins? Nothing.
Calvin Klein jeans.
Shields ganó $500,000 por 6 comerciales. Muchas televisoras se rehusaron a transmitirlos.
She did it so innocently and so beautifully that one thing about Brooke Shields, no one could make her vulgar.
Películas, comerciales, vallas. Brooke estaba en todas partes. En el 81 estuvo en las cubiertas de 30 revistas.
We all grew up with Brooke Shields. She was just absolutely stunning and this huge icon.
We've all been aware of this unusually talented, beautiful, ambitious child that grew up and did huge ad campaigns and was a top model, one of the first supermodels, if you will.
En junio, Endless Love recibió una clasificación para adultos debido a escenas explícitas. Luego la editaron y le cambiaron la clasificación.
There was a lot more hype about the movie than it really turned out. Nobody wanted to see it.
Endless Love no duró mucho tiempo en cartelera. Entretanto, la modelo continuaba estudiando. Brooke obtuvo excelentes calificaciones y salía con Michael Jackson y John Travolta.
There was one night that we were studying together, and he called, and he said, you know, this is John Travolta, I'd like to speak with Brooke. And I thought it was a joke. I think they went on just a couple of dates, but that was all.
Brooke se graduó en junio del 83. A finales de año y a los 18 años, impresionó a todos al inscribirse en la Universidad de Princeton.
Well, nobody thought of Brooke Shields as a scholar at this point. They thought of her as this actress in really racy movies. So here she was at Princeton. It was a whole new environment for her.
Al principio le costó acostumbrarse.
She's away from her mom. You don't know if people are friendly with you because of what you do or who you are. That first semester is probably the most difficult for any freshman, you know.
Brooke se concentró y terminó el año con buenas notas. Luego se dedicó a actuar con el grupo de teatro universitario.
Brooke was a great deal of fun to work with, actually, which was kind of neat to see someone go from being Brooke Shields to just being a chorus girl.
Brooke trató de ser otra estudiante más, pero le costó. En septiembre del 85, un intruso entró a su casa de Nueva Jersey. La policía arrestó a Mark Bailey, un contador de 26 años, y fue culpado de intento de irrupción. Bailey recibió 5 años de libertad condicional y una orden para que se sometiera a terapia.
People are so quick to say to someone like myself, oh, well, you should expect it. I mean, you are in the public eye. Well, no, you know, that's not the way it should be. You don't expect it, it's not justified, and you don't ask for it.
Brooke se enamoró de un futbolista de Princeton llamado Dean Cain, quien luego interpretaría a Superman.
It was my sophomore year, her junior year, the older woman, you know, and we met outside of a class, a Religion 211 class, and we became friends, started talking then, and began the dating dance.
What a wonderful relationship it was, because at this point now, she is breaking away from her mom, and she's choosing who she wants to hang out with on her own.
I was in love with her, and, you know, I think she was in love with me.
Durante 2 años, Brooke se concentró en sus estudios y en su novio, pero siguió peleando con su madre.
I certainly was in the middle a few times in that relationship, which was not a relationship at that time that I would classify as healthy or productive or supportive or mutually beneficial. It was tough.
Aún así, Brooke se controló. En julio del 87 se graduó de Princeton con honores en literatura francesa. Sus padres la acompañaron al aceptar el diploma.
I mean, graduating from Princeton anyway gains me a certain amount of credibility.
I gained my life, basically. I think that if I hadn't gone to school, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to grow up.
En breve, la confusión.
Sometimes you really don't know who you are or what you're doing or who the real you is.
Brooke